What is going on, everybody? We are live. Welcome to Strikeout Beer, your least favorite podcast.
Oh, totally.
With your pals Alan and Rapid Dave. I'm Alan.
I'm RD. What up?
You know what, brother? I'm just living the dream. How about you?
Just here. We got a nice little storm going, so if you lose us midstream, it's because the power went out here in this dodgy neighborhood I'm in.
So sketchy.
It's 4 houses on like some random, I don't know, grid. It's the 4 of us. The rest of the neighborhood's fine, but we're like all in 4. I don't know. But anyways,
4 of you.
We got some fancy nuts over here.
Some nuts.
And we having some fancy beers. Well, semi-fancy. It's the last week of dry January, so we have some Nada from Community here in Dallas, Texas. Alan got the multi-pack. Now, whoa, that was loud.
Yeah.
I feel like we should be outside. I don't know why. Just
like a metal pole.
No. But so we're gonna do a standalone review of this after this show's done. But we'll
We're
post
going to
that.
do a little sampling, though. I'm going to give you a little bit of each one.
Yeah, we're gonna have a little bit tonight. We're gonna tell you a little bit about this, but it won't be so focused on the beer. We have nothing to talk about, so we're just kind of in here hanging out, having some. nuts.
I got things written down to talk about.
You write down all kinds of stuff.
Yeah. So we could talk
That's
about
a dark
stuff.
one.
This is the Bach.
Yeah, we're live. What's up?
It just sounded like a tree snapped in the back. That's why. Because we're sitting in there.
Oh, that was the lightning.
And lightning struck so hard it sounded like a tree.
Oh, okay. Well, let me go check it out.
Yeah, go check out that.
Alan, you want to handle the show?
I'm going to talk about why America just lost. How about that? Oh, yeah. So, Super Bowl is going to be happening here in a couple weeks. We just had the AFC and NFC championship games go down, and we got the Chiefs and the Eagles. So either Pat Mahomes is going to win for the third time. What's going on, Jewel? How we doing? Brandon had to step away for a second, make sure a tree didn't get struck down in the backyard. But yeah, so either the Eagles are going to win, which means we got to deal with the Eagles fans for the next year, which just isn't going to be fun, right? I will challenge you to find a more annoying fan base in football than the Eagles fans. I will go ahead and say it loud, and I'll say it proud. They are more annoying than the Cowboys fans. Eagles fans are. No.
Chiefs fans are now though. They've elevated their game to this next level, and they don't acknowledge any of the crazy calls.
But then also, you've also got the aggressiveness of the Eagles fan, right?
Hey Joe, how you doing? Tell everybody I said hi and I love them.
You definitely have the aggressiveness of the Eagles fan.
Oh yeah,
that they will be. Like I saw, there was one video where you saw there's some Redskins fans or Commanders fans, I'm sorry, walking away, and they're just giving them the business, right?
And messing with them and all that kind of stuff.
Right, and they take the guy's hat away, and the dude's like, dude, come on, give me my hat. And the guy says something to him. He's like, you know what? Turns around and just walk. Just keeps walking.
Yeah.
He knows he doesn't want to deal with, I don't want to deal with this. I just want to,
you can tell it's
just
a bunch
get out
of
of
punks.
here. Right.
You know what I mean? It's not like it's, these are just a-holes. Like out there, they know they're in a pack mentality. Like, if there was one-on-one, they wouldn't be chirping like that.
You don't see this after a game for any other fan base.
Yeah.
Right?
I mean,
with Eagles fans, you see this after, you can find videos of this after every game with Eagles fans.
Yeah. What's the first beer?
The Bach.
Okay.
We're having not a Bach is what we're having. Looks.
You keep going.
Looks pretty delicious.
We'll talk about it in a second.
I know. I'm just, showing it.
Just real quick, the Nada Bach, non-alcoholic, obviously NA on the strength, 5 grams of carbs, 25 calories. It comes in 6-pack cans. You can also get this, obviously, in the 12-pack. The Bach is balanced, flavorful, and everything you want out of a Bach without the alcohol. This brew features a rich amber color and bold malt flavor, which is perfect for those seeking a satisfying and flavorful brew. Plus, with only 25 calories, 5 carbs, with no alcohol, we're talking full flavor with no regrets.
There we go.
No guilt
regrets.
And denada.
Not even one letter.
Not even one letter. Pairs well with hot days, long nights when refreshment is top priority. Post-workout beer time. Big fan of that.
There we go.
When hangovers just can't be a thing in your life, and Starship, nothing's going to stop us now. There you go. It's a pretty big, big brewery down here in Dallas. If you've ever been there, it's huge. Massive. I highly recommend going there. It might be on the list of something I'm going to go see this weekend just because I've been popping around and looking at going to different breweries. But, I mean, back to the NFL. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I've lost interest in the Eagles fan until I saw that video. I'm like, I just wish I was just, I mean, I'm just going to, you know what I mean? Like, and nothing wants you to shoot somebody more than just being a punk-ass prick.
Right.
and they are there's a lot of punk ass pricks out
There
there.
There is, and you've got all the, you don't,
Just
it's
harassing
highly
people.
recommended that if you go to see a game there in Philly, don't wear anything from the other team because you're going to get harassed the entire time.
Yeah. And that does
They're
suck
just-
because if you go to another stadium, which happens every Sunday, all the time in baseball as well, you do have annoying fans. You got just alcohol gets involved, and sometimes it's just pricks, you know what I mean? But you're like, come on, man. As long as you're not being obnoxious, you should be able to sit there and watch a game.
And cheer for your team,
And
too,
cheer for your
right?
team.
Like, when your team does something good, you should be allowed to be like, yeah. That's
Not-
exciting.
Not when
Right?
Scary Terry scores a touchdown, you turn around, give the double bird, and start air humping somebody's, chick's
Right.
face, because that could cause problems. But it's
Yeah.
still like, the top comment on that. Well, I can't say the top comment, but the second, the highest comment was on that video was, are these people going to lose their jobs now? And it's like, and then the most replied comment to that comment was something I can't say here either. So, yeah. All right. All right. So we got malty, a little something going on here. Smells like a normal beer. The suds on it was good. I'll give you a little cheers. Oh, I got a little drip on me.
Miles of good things.
Yeah, yeah. Cheers, everybody. All right. So it's got good initial flavor. It's a little thin. But ultimately, I think it's a good substitution. We've had this beer every year since they brought it out. Not bad. I'll give you my final thoughts in a little bit.
Okay.
So, but obviously you're not excited about the Super Bowl. Who you going with? I mean, we're going to make our official picks next week, but just right off the cuff, who do you want to win? How about that?
How about dang old cheers from old Marty's in the house?
Marty, what's
up, Marty?
He was hanging out with Old School earlier or whatever, and Old School had the volume messed up on the stream. He's got buttons and shit. He's on the fly switching off and on everything. And they're like, no one can hear it. And I think it was Neon Canary. Neon was like, I can't hear any background noise. I don't hear the game. And I had my earbuds in because I'm going through listing all my stuff from Amazon, for taxes and crap. And so I'm sitting there just kind of giggling. I'm like, problems streaming, I'm laughing it up. And I'm like, yeah, I don't hear it either. And then finally you can hear the background noise. And then you hear Marty, hey, what's up? Whatever. Unfortunately, you didn't leave Marty muted. I said something along that line. And he was like, what's up, Dave? I go, what, how you doing?
So who am I pulling for in the Super Bowl? How about a tie? Can we have a tie? First ever tie?
I saw the graph of America, the United States of America. And they had a Philly Eagles emblem, real small up there in Philadelphia.
Yeah.
Maybe the whole state of Philadelphia or Pennsylvania, I don't know. And then Kansas City, right there, Kansas City and Missouri. Kansas and Missouri. It's red. The rest of the world was grayed out. The rest of the United States was grayed out. And it said green for Philly, red for the Chiefs, gray for a meteor to strike. I was like, well, I'm not going that damn deep, but fine.
But it's like, it's gotten to the point where it's like not even fun. Let's take Travis Kelce, for example.
Mm-hmm.
What does he always do when they win the championship? What does he get up there and say?
Didn't he have a big old boner or whatever last year, and he was trying to stuff it in his britches or something?
Maybe
it was something weird. Like he was,
but he always gets up there when he's on the mic and he says, "You got to fight for your right to party." Every year he does this.
No kidding. I don't ever listen.
Not this year.
Oh,
this year it was after they won the.
Oh, was it hater talk?
It was do a little dance, make a little love, get down tonight. Like he's been castrated. Let's just say it.
You think so?
I don't think he can be his same fun self that he was, that he has been in the past, because optics.
You think so?
I 100%
Optics from the NFL?
Optics from Tay-Tay with being with her and her fans, and you can't.
I'll be honest. I don't see the upside of that relationship. I figured he could get, and he's had hotter women in the past. And I was on there.
But this is true love.
I was doing. Yeah, I don't care. I was doing a Sunday stream. You could love anybody. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know about that.
You could love almost anybody.
Okay.
Trust me. It was it Rhino had a story for me. I can't tell it here, but I'll tell you off air. But there was I don't know. Oh, so anyways, I was live Sunday and I was talking about how the Chiefs won, yada yada yada, and we start and Let's Go Buddy was in there. and we start talking.
How's he doing?
He's doing all right.
He's holding up.
He's doing okay. He's holding up fine.
Yeah.
He went to the baseball awards.
I saw that.
Yeah. So he's doing okay.
Yeah.
That shit's a blink in the past.
But it's still there.
It sticks.
It's still there.
Yeah. And they should have really won. I think I would have preferred to see
anybody
Baltimore.
but the Chiefs.
No. Well, Baltimore go up against the Chiefs, I think. I wanted the Bills to win, but they got to change out. I think McDermott's gone.
Well, I don't know. I mean,
so we started talking about hot, he's like, Taylor Swift's a blah blah blah. I'm like, you think Taylor Swift's good looking? And he's like, I do.
I think she's attractive. I don't think she's ugly.
I think she's just mid, as the kids say it.
She is.
I don't think she's.
I think
she's pretty.
I think she's attractive. I think she is pretty.
Yeah.
But I think she's made to be prettier because she's famous.
Okay.
Right? Like if she wasn't famous, you would still think she's pretty. You would still think she's cute. She's not ugly.
Cute. There you go. That's the word for it.
So
right. And I compared her to who's the chick that Carrie Underwood.
Okay.
And when she took over, because she took over for who was that 90?
Marty said Carrie Underwood is better.
She does have a little leg up on her, but she's still super vanilla. That's the reason they hired her. But she took over for Faith Hill. Faith Hill I thought was gorgeous or whatever, and then I was like, you know what? She's just losing. Now they're just kind of, she's just trying to she's been put out there as hot. Like Shania Twain was hot, right?
Yeah.
Halsey's hot.
I'm sorry. What was the last one you said?
Halsey.
Oh, Halsey. Yeah.
But then
you said Holiday. I was like Holiday.
Yeah, Holiday.
At Holiday, Jackson Holiday. I'm so confused.
Pick one. But we were talking about that. And I was like, no, she just. And he goes, I do. I go, well, okay, well, I don't believe you. And I go, this feels like we're in the office trying to determine if that chick that it was hot or not hot,
or a matter of available, or just they're just hot, right?
Well, it was like
or after time, like you've worked for, you see someone so long, you're just like, you know what?
I'll be Huckleberry. Yeah, Huckleberry. But yeah, I was just like, okay. And so that led down a whole other thing. But I just like sitting there thinking about that. But yeah, I think that one, between their podcast, him and his brother all of a sudden after the F word incident, he showed up suit and tie every day to work ever since. Yeah. And now the other one's been clipped. And so he's sitting there just like, I got to act right in front of her. I'm sure the NFL, whatever. And so it's just been it's been a headache. And I'm just trying to get through this third season. And I'll tell you why. Because I believe in my heart that once they win this Super Bowl, that's it. It's over. We're done. We don't have to worry about the Chiefs no more. We don't have to worry about their obnoxious fans. No offense to Old School. He's a lovable guy, great guy. And
no disrespect.
And he understands. You know what I mean? He's actually level-headed. He's like Melton, right? Melton with the Cowboys. He's a level-headed dude. He'll be like, yeah, we're getting some calls or something like that. You know what I mean? Most Chiefs fans you talk to, they don't get no calls. They don't get that. That doesn't happen. No, that was an actual penalty or this and that or whatever. They don't believe in all that kind of stuff.
Or the fact that on the last play of the game,
yeah, they don't believe
there was a flag that was thrown
just in case.
Just no matter what, if he catches that, all of a sudden something's showing up.
Yeah,
but
it fell out of that guy's pocket just in case Kincaid caught that ball, and so. They don't believe in that.
Maybe not. Who knows?
They don't believe in that.
It's all speculation.
It's all everything's speculation until it actually happens.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I mean, I'm fine with it because, like I said, I wanted to just let them win, push it through, let's go, and then we don't have to worry about it anymore. We can they did their 3 in a row. Now they might take a year off or 2 years off, and then they win another one, suspiciously.
So he wins this. He wins his 3rd in a row.
Mm-hmm.
Something no team has ever done in the history of the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
Now we got to start listening to all of the Chiefs fans and the Mahomes fans saying that Mahomes is better than Tom Brady.
You hear that
Mahomes
now.
is the greatest of all time.
You hear that now.
Talk to me when he gets to 7.
Yeah. He's not – I don't think – he's nowhere near – you know how you like to say that LeBron or Jordan couldn't hold LeBron's jockstrap?
Yeah.
I have the same thing about Mahomes. I think he's great. He's a winner. He is a winner. But he's not there. He's not nowhere near that. You know what I mean? Every season they win, and especially this season, it's clouded with just all these flags.
But then you'll have everyone point out the Tuck rule, right?
Oh, that's for
But-
real. Like
but
that's
that-
a legit thing.
But that rule was created because of that.
Yeah,
right. There hasn't been any rules created because of something that's happened against the Chiefs.
Yeah, no,
or
it's
anything like
blatant
that, right?
flags. And then this weekend they
Um,
came out during the Washington and Philly game when Washington was trying to stop Philly for the tush push because they wouldn't snap the damn ball, and they just kind of kept in, and Luvu just kept launching over. They're like, "Hey, we're going to give you a personal foul. You keep doing it on purpose." He's like, "I'm trying to go. They won't snap the ball." And then, they said the quiet part out loud. He goes, "We can just start awarding points if we want to." And so,
Yeah. Because that's in the rule book.
I mean,
Like if a team keeps
intentionally doing it.
intentionally committing a penalty on the goal line and not letting the team get a play off, they can go touchdown.
But that's what I'm saying. It's not get a playoff. It's they've been trying to run this play for like 30 minutes at this point, and they won't snap the damn ball. Like, how much closer? They can't make the ball get any more goddamn closer. It's like, come on, man. It's time. Let's go. Snap it. Just snap the damn thing. Everybody knows y'all going to get in. Get the hell in there.
Yeah. Marty said, "Have you heard about the TB outbreak in Kansas?" Just wondering. No.
What the hell is that? Tuberculosis?
Or Tampa Bay.
Oh.
One of the two.
I thought Tampa Bay, and then, I don't know what that is. Please enlighten me, Marty, please. Are you Googling TB breakout?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Appreciate that. Yeah. I don't know. And like you said, America loses on this one. I really do think it's gonna be a good game. I think.
Yeah, it's a thing.
You have tuberculosis.
Tuberculosis outbreak, the largest in U.S. history.
How the hell do you catch that? Isn't it
I
like?
don't
Don't you
even
get it
know.
from like smoking and shit?
I don't think so.
You don't. That's a damn disease you can catch.
It's not from smoking.
I thought it was from like smoking, smoking, drinking, partying. That's what I thought. Yeah, how do you get tuberculosis? So, but
It's
I
just
think
spread
it's-
through the air when a person with active TB disease coughs, sneezes, speaks, or sings.
so it's COVID
I don't know, man.
essentially. But that shit'll stick with you. COVID's fake.
Yeah. Huh.
Oof, boy. But yeah, I think this year the Super Bowl is going to be good. I think I would have preferred really for Washington to get there. I wanted Washington and Buffalo, obviously, just because
It's not the status quo.
yeah, it just would have been so crazy. You know what I mean? It's like the year the Bengals made it. The Bengals and was it Rams? Bengals and Rams made it. Yeah, it's not like this power, like the whole country. Dude, the Chiefs, America does not like the Chiefs no more. They turn into like nobody likes the Chiefs at all,
Except for Swifties.
except for Swifties and people that live within 100
Lubbock.
miles of their
Lubbock.
team. Yeah, they live in the Panhandle or they live in Kansas City. And in Philly, like no one outside of Philadelphia likes the freaking Eagles. And it's
Most of the people in Philly don't even like the Eagles
Yeah.
fans.
and so I don't know. But I think it's going to be a good game. I think it should be good. You got two really top tier teams. I think the Eagles should be able. I want the Eagles to win. But but if you can guarantee me,
I can't say that. Like I can't say I want either one of them to win.
if you can guarantee me it's over, this whole charade where it's you tell me it's not fixed and all this stuff, just give me the Chiefs. If you can tell me it's going to be over, if you're going to put me out of our misery, the world's misery, the U.S.'s misery, all that kind of stuff, just do it, man. But yeah, I mean, there's people commenting
because I guarantee you, if the Chiefs win, there's going to be a handful of plays that everyone's going to point to that calls. So it's
course.
just going to continue it, right?
I mean, of course, because
then-
that's the whole thing. But why do those exist? And like, listen, one play I do not think changes the game.
No.
One play does not. 10 plays, yes, it can change the game. 5 plays, I think you can do it in crucial spots. You kind of saw it with Buffalo with the spotting of the ball, the blatant, even with the referees lining up like nowhere near each other. Like, well, there's some funny business going on. And the ball that was caught off the ground that was in the receiver's hand, but the defender got it. And
right. And
Oh, buddy.
the argument will always be out there. Hey, take it out of the ref's hands.
exactly.
Right? Don't. Here's an idea, and we can talk about this, and I'll talk about this in relation to what Dan Campbell's doing with the Lions, with going for it on 4th down. When they go for it on 4th down, or there's 4th and 1, like they had a lot of 4th and 1s they went through. They did not keep running the same play over and over and over again. They had
You talking about Buffalo?
That's what Buffalo would do.
Buffalo's
right?
got the worst quarterback sneak in the freaking world. You have the biggest quarterback in the league, and you're running like step back,
Very-
go to the left, and go
Very mobile. Run a play action.
Something.
Run a
RPO.
RPO. Do something. But
Or bulldoze.
it's like but even just their rush up the middle,
Yeah.
right? They did that several times.
He doesn't go to the middle.
It wasn't working.
He goes to the left.
Right, but you're trying to go behind the stronger of your offensive lineman.
Obviously,
right?
he ain't getting
Like,
no push.
When Detroit does things like that, they run behind Penny Sewell, right? Penny Sewell because he's the best offensive lineman in the league. But they just keep running the same vanilla plays over and over and over again. With Detroit and what the Lions were doing, they were doing you got a 4th and 1, and they're splitting out their offensive linemen as an extra receiver, and he's catching a ball, right? They're running reverses, they're running all different kinds of plays. So you're not like, oh, it's 4th and 1, they're going to try and rush it up the middle. No, you can't focus in on that one thing. Their whole playbook is open. Buffalo doesn't open up their whole playbook on 4th and 1.
Not at all. They're a poorly managed team, I think. I think it all goes upstairs.
You've got to,
Because Washington goes for it on 4th down like almost every single time.
Washington goes for it a ton too.
But they do the crazy ass plays.
They got their RPOs that they run. They use a lot of their strengths. They put the ball in their playmaker's hand. They put it in Jane Daniels' hand. They say, make a play.
Yep.
Right? But it's not just a run up the middle. Drop Josh Allen back and let him make a play. Give him an opportunity to make a play and not just trying to run up the middle. That's not trying to make a play.
Or do the tush push. He's huge. Just get him going. And he's behind his. He gets that step back and go to the left. Shit is ridiculous.
Yeah.
Marty asked, so who will be the team to beat next year? The next years. I mean, you see who's in the Super Bowl. I mean, obviously, you're going to have. I think Washington goes back as a strong contender. You have Detroit. You have Philly. Those are your NFC teams. The AFC, I think, is completely. It's got a couple extra teams, right? You're going to have the Bills. You're going to have the Chiefs. Maybe if the Bengals can win a couple more games, maybe
the Ravens are still going to be around.
Who's the 5th team in the NFC?
Maybe
or
Houston.
AFC?
Maybe you can have Houston, right? Did
I don't believe
CJ
that.
Stroud just have a sophomore slump and he comes back stronger next year? I don't know, but there's definitely some. There's some teams. I don't expect the 49ers to be as bad next year as they were this year. Right?
I had them going far.
I definitely
going
expect
far.
them to rebound this year, to kind of reload and figure some things out. But yeah.
Let me throw a wild card at you. Just me and you talking here, Marty.
Oh, okay. So I'll stay out of
The
this.
Chargers or Broncos. They're going to sneak in and have some fun next year. I mean, they were in this year, but they just weren't ready. But Broncos, I like the Broncos too. But I always say this. See Justin Herbert.
I like the Chargers more because coaching. I love Jim Harbaugh as a coach. That's his first year with that team. That team's just going to get better under Jim Harbaugh. Yeah. They're not going to get worse. They're going to get better.
And as I've mentioned a handful of times, it's the AFC has so much more better teams right now. They're just so lopsided. So then that's why I had the Niners, right? You could include the Niners and you'd have 4 solid teams in the NFC. But that's it. You take out the Niners. If the Niners suck, it's the Lions, Washington definitely, because I mean they poured it on, and he's got hopefully no sophomore slump, right? And then Philly. I mean, if Philly acted right, was it when they lose? Was it second half of last year's season or something
last
like that?
Year.
Yeah,
they started off like 10-1, and then they just couldn't win again.
They're 10-1, and then went off the rails. Some hell broke loose or whatever. So, anyways, those are 3 teams from the NFC, and those are my 4 teams from the AFC. Looking forward to them. I always say I'm glad the season's over. That's because fantasy football is so stressful. But I sit in there, right? We go to a bar or something like that and hang out. It's a very fun day to be out because you always got a little sprinkle out there. You got a little bit of this, a little bit of that, and so you're interested in every game, anyways.
Right. Yep. Right. Next, we're moving on to the Not a Hazy IPA.
Let me actually get you a little something on that.
I know you will. I know you will. That's what you're here for. Pull up a little something.
What the hell's that?
Just.
All right, the Hazy, juicy, dank, and delicious. 6 grams of carbs, 30 calories. Obviously, NA on the strength. Available in 6-pack cans, and you can get this in the variety pack, obviously. The Nada Hazy brings you the juicy, dank, and hot forward deliciousness of a traditional haze sesh without the hangover. Plus, with only 30 calories, 6 carbs, and no alcohol, we're talking full flavor with no regrets, no guilt, de nada. Pairs well with hot days, long nights, and it's the same thing. What the hell is this? I'm not reading it again. Not doing it again. There you go.
No regrets.
No regrets. Let's see what we got here. Take a whiff of this baby.
Cheers.
See what we
Mazel,
got here.
mazel, good things.
All right. Ooh. Same kind of aftertaste, but it smells good.
Yeah.
It's definitely juicy.
It's pretty good.
Interesting.
Pretty good. Pretty good.
With hazies, you're either going to get a tropical or a citrus. It's kind of it's going to be one or the other. This one, I can't tell. You picking up anything?
I'm picking a pretty nice little taste to it. Like it smells like an IPA. It's got those kind of like fruity notes that you'll get with an IPA.
Yeah.
Right. Doesn't have as much of a bite to it, but pretty good.
It looks like it. So if you're watching this on YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, it's opaque. It's that beautiful golden color. The head on it, it's got enough carbonation where you can swirl and bring even more head onto it. Paper white, little bubbles, tiny bubbles. I think it's checking boxes.
Yeah. It's pretty darn tasty.
Nice. All right, cool.
Marty said, any events coming up for y'all? Just the show right now.
Yeah, just doing that. I don't think anything's planned. The third Wednesday of every month, we generally go out to Maverick Harley for a couple hours before we do the show. So that'll be nights where we just do Strike Up here. It won't be like SB Fantasy or whatever, unless we can cram it in. But we've talked about going out there, hanging out for an entire show. It gets kind of loud, so we'd have to be inside, but we prefer to be outside because that's where all the action is, right? They got, you wouldn't believe the bikes that you see. We've gone live out there from the phone. We've done beer reviews from there. We share, we go, stories and things like that. But it's really cool. So if you're in the Metroplex, they'll have a cigar truck out there. That's where I love getting those Drew Estate, the blue labels, for like $2, $2.50 each. Beer, it's free beer. Drink responsibly out there. But yeah,
And it's not just beer too.
It's you can get drinks made. Zach or another beer tender or bartender might be behind the bar, but it's by Outfit Brewing. Outfit Brewing, they got their signs, their bar, their tent out there, and we just go out there and chill, enjoy yourself. If you have a bike and you're in the Metroplex, you come on down there. And you get to, it's got a bike wash going there too. They usually have live music or a DJ, and then they'll have some food type too.
Yep.
So that's the only events I can think of coming up. But yeah, those are pretty cool.
Yeah. Melton's in the house. Can't stand this podcast. What's going on, fellas?
What's up, buddy?
Melton.
How are you?
With Melton in here, I want to bring up my next subject.
Mm-hmm.
So the Dallas Cowboys hired a new head coach.
He already clicked off. He's out.
He's already out.
He goes, I'm out of here.
But anyways, I'm going to bring it up anyways. They hired a new head coach, Brian Schottenheimer.
Mm-hmm.
Is he already the most hated coach in Cowboys history?
Maybe just not hated, but like least excited about having and hiring. Yeah, I would say that's more accurate. Not hated.
'Cause-
I mean, they know him personally. You're talking about like the fans hate?
Like everybody's upset about the hire. Nobody wants him to be the head coach.
What's a terrible hire?
Look at that, Melton. Heck no.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah,
most hated coach in Cowboys history.
I
But
can't think
this
of it. I
was
can't think of it.
Friday. He got announced Friday night. They announced this like Friday, like 9 p.m. Right?
I told Lizzie about that. I go, they were talking about it on the ticket. And they think they know who it is. And he goes, here's what you know. If they release it Friday, it gets washed out, nothing. But if Jerry's excited about it and wants to kind of boast or whatever, it'll be Sunday right when the game.
I don't even think I figured it would be Sunday just before, so they would
because?
stop talking about the Eagles and the Commanders.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But he did it Friday night at like 9 o'clock.
Yeah.
And by 9:10, all Dallas Cowboys fans were upset. Hell, Michael Irvin's not even happy. Like when you got
he's done.
Michael Irvin,
Yeah, he's tired of this
who's
shit.
who's done with this, like he was like, "Look, I'll support you, Brian Schottenheimer, because I have no choice.
Yeah.
But Jerry missed a big opportunity. He should have hired this guy. He should have hired this guy. Should have talked to this guy.
Well, there's
He
a
didn't
laundry
talk to
list
anybody.
of guys,
Right.
But that's it. Comes back to what's the problem with the Cowboys? The problem with the Cowboys is Jerry. It's not the players. It's not it's he actually won't hire another coach that's independently.
Well, he also doesn't want to pay a coach,
Well, yeah, he doesn't want to do that.
which is insane because that's one area where they can make up a difference
Yeah.
because you can pay a coach whatever.
Yeah, doesn't go against the cap or anything like that.
Right.
But
So
you got to find a coach that'll put up with his shit. You got to find a coach that'll let him meddle, make it like a zoo out there where, there's a damn, tour going right down the middle of the damn field during, lunch line and, practice and everything like that. You got to make everything a spectacle.
Right, but here's the thing with like a lot of Cowboys fans. We're talking like, hey, if we were just going to hire Brian Schottenheimer, our offensive coordinator, who didn't call plays, why don't we just keep Mike McCarthy? He's getting you in the playoffs every year. You're competitive every year.
I think McCarthy was out anyway. He wanted to leave. I think he wanted to get out.
I think he would have stayed.
You think? Well, I mean, you can pay him enough, he'll stay.
Yeah, but I think it came down to like years and things like that on the contract was a lot of what you're hearing. But
I mean, he's pretty much signing up to just lose for the. You know what I mean? Not be on. He's not on a winning team. You know what I'm saying? Like he's not coaching a winning team. There's too much interference, too much other bullshit, and they got bit with the injury bug a little bit last year, but I don't think it would have made a difference. I mean, two of the NFC East bunkmates were in the NFC Championship game.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, everybody runs all over the Giants, but I mean, Washington's all of a sudden good again, and then Philly's been good for a little while. I mean,
Washington's good, by the way, with a coach that the Cowboys just let go.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Which the big talk the last couple of years was, let's get rid of McCarthy and just promote Quinn.
Mm-hmm.
And they didn't do that. They have this almost like fake type job search, right? You didn't really bring anybody in. You didn't bring in Pete Carroll. You didn't talk to because
you could have brought in Pete Carroll. Not even saying he's a great coach now or whatever, but I mean, hell,
it's better than Brian Schottenheimer,
as far as we know.
I mean,
maybe he knows something else. Maybe he knows something.
He's
a people person.
He's been in the league and has been a coordinator or a position coach for the last 30 years.
Yeah, it's crazy, right?
You don't all of a sudden be like 30 years later be like, hey, this guy's finally figured it out, right?
Crack the code.
Yeah, no, that's not. It's not. He hasn't been overlooked for the last 30 years. Okay,
I mean, with that negative attitude, maybe not. I don't know.
Look, I'm all for it because I'm all for the chaos here in Dallas, right? It makes it more fun to talk about.
You got the details on his contract? How long is he here for?
I don't know. I haven't seen. I don't know if it's been released or not. But
contracts.
There's no excitement around the hire. It's
all right.
Hell, I'll make an argument that there's more excitement around the defensive coordinator they brought in than the head coach. They brought in Matt Eberflus for a defensive coordinator, which bringing him in as a defensive coordinator, I like that move. I think Matt Eberflus is a good defensive coordinator. He's not a great coach, but he's a good defensive coordinator.
All right, here's the title from thelandryhat.com. Brian Schottenheimer's contract details are a slap in the face to Mike McCarthy. So he must have got the years. You know what I mean? You're going to bring him in as the years. I'm trying to scroll as fast as I can to see what it actually is because I'm looking for details.
Looking for numbers.
Yeah, however, the length of Schottenheimer's contract is the story here. It's understood that McCarthy wanted the security of a long-term contract for Dallas. Tell me what it is. That's Dak's contract. What is the deal with this? You know what? I would never go to this site for anything ever again.
Okay.
How about that?
So you got that going for you, which is nice.
It's admittedly hard to justify Schottenheimer getting a 4-year contract given he has no track. So 4 years. It doesn't say money though.
Yeah,
but he got 4 years.
Probably like $6 million, $7 million
a year or total.
Yeah, a year.
You think so?
Yeah, which is underpaid for.
I mean, obviously.
I mean, you got freaking Belichick making more than that over at North Carolina.
Yeah, it doesn't. None of these numbers. Nothing says those numbers. They just say the year. Yeah. 4 years. 4 years. They might be paying this guy like $500,000, and he's going to get his own parking spot and like a McDonald's card. You know what I mean? Yeah, I don't know what they're giving him.
Was it Steve Jobs has that McDonald's? He has a McDonald's Gold card that gets him free McDonald's food all over the world with that card.
Who's it? I think Bill Gates has one too.
Or maybe it's Bill Gates. I'm thinking of, not Steve Jobs.
Too.
I think is Steve Jobs dead?
I was like, they definitely. I don't know. Yeah, sure. Don't they talk about that on the? What's that show we've been watching? Silicon Valley?
It's been a while since I watched that.
Yeah, Steve Jobs died, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, God. I got to look it up. I didn't give a shit about this guy before, and I don't care about him now. October 5th, 2011. It's been that long?
Is that his birthday or his death day?
Death day. Born on February 24th, 1955.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Stay hard, Steve.
Yeah, there you go, Steve. Yeah, whatever. I don't care. just don't. I was like, why am I looking this up? Like every keystroke was like, I'm an idiot. You know what I mean? Like, what am I doing?
Oh man,
sure
but
some
yeah.
people
So you get Brian Schottenheimer hired. The Raiders hired Pete Carroll. Did you?
No, I didn't see that.
Oh, you didn't see that?
No.
Oh, so you didn't see the clip from the
Breaking news. What, he rip his shirt off?
No, he was sitting there
Go
talking,
flexing?
and someone comes into the press conference, and you hear someone yell, "Raiders!" Who do you think it was?
Oh, Marshawn.
Yeah,
Marshawn Lynch.
100%. It was Marshawn Lynch. It was funny because Pete's talking, and all of a sudden someone just yells "Raiders" out of nowhere, and he didn't know who it was that yelled it, and he's like, "Yeah, it makes a joke," and he goes, "Yeah, calm down, Mark. Mark Davis, the owner, saying it was him." And then he's in the hallway after the press conference, and Marshawn Lynch is there talking to him. And then he's like, "Oh, how long you been here?" He's like, "Dude, I was all the way in the back. You didn't hear me yell Raiders?" He goes, "Oh, that was you?" Like he had no idea it was him.
Yeah. Marshawn's great.
So, but you've got that awesome moment, that's funny and it's a fun moment in a press conference, right? And then did you see the highlight from Liam Cohen, the Jaguars new head coach? That dude was so creepy. Like, does anything say like I'm going to get fired before the year's over more than that? Like
someone said, I don't buy into the kids lingo, but they go, no one has ever walked in and been a negative aura.
Well, it was like
he walked in, about to go to his office or something like that.
It was like the guy that got, what was it, like Brian Kelly when he got hired on at LSU? And all of a sudden he's developing like this Cajun accent that he's never had before. Like, you're just like, oh, buddy, you're going to fail here, right? This isn't going to work out. And then you have that where he's like, Duval, and you're like, what the?
He's done. I mean, and I think Jacksonville's they're in trouble. Like they were a team that was on the cusp of doing something worthwhile, and they are just in absolute free fall. And that's the same thing with a handful of teams. If you think about it in the NFL, there's teams that are just absolutely train wreck. The funny thing is, a lot of those teams, they don't have quarterbacks, right? Well, guess what?
Jacksonville does.
There's a handful. Well, he does. Oh, yeah, they do. But there's like with Pete Carroll, right? We're talking about like, well, who's going to absorb the Deshaun contract? Who'd trade for Dak? Who needs QBs or whatever? It's like Raiders might make a move.
I mean,
have no fear. The Whiskey Pro is in fact here. What's up, Whiskey? How we doing, buddy?
Whiskey?
We were supposed to do Whiskey Wednesday this Wednesday, but we're going to do it for the first. We'll keep it for the first of the month, I think. So we're going to have some different, mocktails, cocktails, stuff like that.
Yeah. But you had the rumors are already floating around. Is Geno going to come to the Raiders? Is Russ Wilson going to come to the Raiders? You could see both of those happening.
Yeah.
So I think Russ was only on a 1-year deal. He's a free agent.
Yeah, he's not the future for Pittsburgh, obviously. He's just not. Like Pittsburgh's actually in a worse. They're in a bad situation.
Pittsburgh should sign Fields is what they should do.
Yeah,
because he looked good those first few games with him, right? And he's young.
Yeah.
So sign him to a 2-year deal, right? You could probably get him for pretty cheap for 2-3 years, and you've got a young guy that you're not investing a ton into, but that you have seen have success in your system.
Yeah, he's in a tough division, but on top of that, he actually is pretty decent, mobile and whatever. He just needs some work. Someone needs to help him out.
He needs to have a good coaching staff and be in a good system. And that's what I talked about when he was traded away from Chicago. Mm-hmm. I said this might actually be good for him because he's leaving a dumpster fire of an organization to go to an organization that's run extremely well.
They need to bring in some more help for him, receiver-wise, obviously. Pickens is just like a lunatic. You don't know how long he's going to even be around. They might be off of him this year. But I do think that, it'd be a good move for Pittsburgh. But they are in trouble. Don't let that record they had this year fool you. They got off to a good start, beating nobody. And then what happened the second? Boy, they fell. Would they lose 6 in a row, I think, if not more. But it's rough. But I could totally see Russ going to Raiders because he's just – I don't know if Pete Carroll wants him anyways, but you got to have someone out there.
I would probably want him over Aiden O'Connell. Or
how about Geno? You want Geno or you want Russ?
I'll take Geno over Russ.
And he gets to play indoors, most of the season. And the only outdoor game, he's got to go to Denver once a year. He's got to go to Kansas City once a year. The other game's a dome in L.A. So I mean, you're gonna have a pretty good little schedule.
But there's also a list of quarterbacks I would take over both of those guys. Like, I think Gino was kind of he's careered. He had his year a couple years ago.
Yeah, he's done.
Not that great this year, but I still think he's better than Russ.
He's holding on because there's no crop of next up quarterbacks that are worth a shit.
Yep. Let's see here, Whiskey Pro. I still wonder if Rodgers will stay in New York or go to the Pittsburgh.
Well, Rodgers didn't
see
say
what
that.
I did there. That was almost clever.
I don't think he's going. I think he's going somewhere. I think the owner has already come out and said we're kind of done with this. It was fun.
I don't see Aaron Glenn wanting him back.
Yeah,
I don't see Aaron Glenn wanting him.
But I don't know who the option. What you gonna back the truck up for Dak, make a trade, or something like that? Because I mean, who are you gonna go get?
I mean, at this point in time, I'll take anybody over Rodgers.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. A lot of teams will. But
I don't want him. He's a headache. He's going to be around for what, 1-2 more years, but you're not winning anything with him.
Matthew Stafford, a free agent. That dude is old and beat up every year. What was he broken? What was broken this year that they found out at the end of the season?
I don't know.
Was it back, shoulder, vertebrae, ribs? I don't know, something weird. Yeah, he was hurt again.
I mean, I'm not surprised.
He's always hurt. No, I mean, they would take Matt Stafford, but that's not an upgrade, I don't think. I think Stafford's already reached the end of his line as well. And it was apparent more this year than ever. Like, even when you thought he was bad in the previous years, he would still churn out. But this year was just horrible.
Here's the thing with the Jets, though, is they just don't have a good offensive line.
Well, neither do the Rams. So, I mean, that's why, they didn't do so well this year either. He was under attack like all the time. Like, there was always injuries or whatever. But still, it's like, then what's the difference? You know what I mean? And he just beat up.
I mean, if I had to choose between Rodgers or Stafford, I'm going to take Stafford.
Well, of course you would.
Well, he doesn't come with all that drama that you're going to get with Rodgers, right? And he's arguably the toughest SOB out there. Like
every year.
I mean, you've seen what this guy's played through a season with a broken back before, right?
Someone's house on fire.
It's not.
You hear that?
That's not this one, right?
Yeah, I hope not.
God, that'd suck.
Be a mild inconvenience.
Right. Sorry, guys.
Gotta go. I'm happy I can leave him too.
I'm gonna drag the camera out to the front yard.
It's easier to travel with one person than 8. Okay, I gotta go. I gotta get out of here.
But yeah, no, I'm really excited about this offseason because I just think there's a ton of moves that's going to happen and a lot of movement that's going to happen.
Yeah,
I really feel like we'll see some trades with the draft.
Trading up this year is going to be amazing. It's going to be King's ransoms being held for those first 3 spots. First 5, I would think, at this point, because if you go and look at the draft, which we were looking at during SB Fantasy or right before that, it's like these teams and their needs and everything like that. Like every one of those teams need a quarterback. Every one of those teams,
this isn't the draft to need a quarterback.
Yeah. Because there's only like 2.
Honestly.
There's like 2, and you don't want the headache.
Cam Ward. They're talking about he could possibly go, 1-1 overall to Tennessee. I'm not 100% sold on him, but he's probably one of your best options out of there. Shador.
This is where they'll be stretched. Like, they need a quarterback, and then you would not only take this guy right here, but they I got to do it. Because if I can't trade down because I won't be able to get him because the next 5 teams need a quarterback.
But are they going to want to take one of those quarterbacks?
Hey, Lizzie, what's up?
Or are they going to be like, you know what, I can improve elsewhere, right?
Can.
And I think that's what you got to take a look at, especially with a lot of these teams. Like, hey, look, we're probably even if we're not a quarterback away, even if we draft our quarterback this year, I don't think our quarterback is here this year. But you know what I think is here? I think an anchor for our offensive line is here, or an anchor for our defensive line is here, or maybe a high value, wide receiver or running back or something.
Was it the Titans I was showing you that it was like their need is quarterback, tackle, guard, center, all it was like essentially the whole line. I don't know if it was them or the other team. I was like, holy crap, they need everybody on the,
We were talking about the Cowboys.
I hadn't got that far down, but they definitely have a need for that too.
But there's just. I'm really curious to see how everything goes this year, especially with all the moves with the head coaches and things. You got a couple of guys back in the league. We're still waiting for the Saints to hire their guy, but a lot of talk is they really like Kellen Moore, and they can't talk to Kellen Moore until after the season is over.
That's so weird. Like I just don't see it. I mean,
well, here's the thing you need to look at.
Okay.
even those years here at Dallas, Dallas's offense was one of the top offenses when he was the offensive coordinator. Yeah, they weren't winning the Super Bowl or anything like that, but I don't know that was necessarily the offense's fault. They hadn't won the highest scoring offenses with him here. Everywhere he's gone to Philly, and look at how Philly's offense is done.
Yeah.
Now he's got a bunch of weapons. That definitely helps, but still, you still got to be able to put it all together when you have all those weapons. I mean, everyone was taking a look at the Jets and we're like, oh, man, Aaron Rodgers, Breece Hall, Garrett Wilson. Oh, they just traded for Devontae Adams. They're awesome, but no, they suck.
Yeah. All right, what else we got to talk about today other than NFL?
I needed to check in on you and see how you're doing.
Who died now?
Nobody died.
Oh.
Your girl got traded.
I know. I'm switching teams.
Kelsey Plum was traded.
Yeah, switching teams.
She's no longer with Vegas, which,
That
I mean,
sucks.
Vegas is your team.
I know. And I've even been, y'all don't believe this, I've been to a WNBA game before. Not my home team. I went out of town to go one of their games. I did. I even stayed in the hotel they stayed in. Hung out, walking through the casino, ran into players and everything like that. And went to the game out there. Great. Yeah, she got traded.
She got traded to the L.A.
Yeah.
Worst team in the league.
Yeah, they're terrible.
But, I mean, they get Kelsey Plum.
Yeah,
They drafted Cameron Brink last year, but, you know, she had the ACL injury last year. She's looking to come back this year. How are you feeling? Have you ordered your Kelsey Plum jersey yet?
I told you I was, so I haven't done it yet. I get it. I want to make sure this is forever, or at least like now. Oh, it's a bonus dominating today. Okay, great. Yeah, I don't know. I'm actually really upset about it. I'm not great. It was so easy just to go see her. I could just pop into Vegas whenever, roll down to the MGM. No, Mandalay Bay. Roll down to Mandalay Bay, just go to a game, say hi, get a little picture. You know, my hand's a little bit. You know, I'm not the guy that where you can always see my hand in pictures because my hand is on the ass.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, it's 2 scoops of fun. But yeah, damn it. It's not great. It's not great. Not excited. All right. You know, it's raining outside, storming like crazy. Did I throw one of those in there? Oh, will you hand me that one?
Yeah.
Thank you. Get it, Tilly.
Or don't.
Do you ever stop and how if there's a wreck on the other side of the highway or on your side of the highway?
Oh, Whiskey Pro says happy birthday to Billy Joe.
Oh,
Is it Billy Joe's
no
birthday?
kidding.
All right.
Oh man, I wish we had a happy birthday song.
I mean, Billy Joe's. I don't know if Billy Joe's even in here.
No, but just in general, just saying hi to him and thank you and happy birthday. Hell, I'll send it to him later. I don't give a damn if he's in here now or not.
He's gonna get a nice rooster shot.
Yeah. Motorcycle. I found a cruiser, and then I think I found a CBR 1000 as well. So I think I'm going to trade my Tahoe for the 1000, and then I'll pay cash for the Harley. Because I think we're going to get a different car here. Hold on, let me put this over here.
All right.
I don't know.
Up next
Tilly,
is
come back.
just a regular IPA from Nada, and it's probably still got all the same words.
Well, but I can read at least the main thing, not like what it pairs well with. Like
Okay.
everything says, they said it pairs well with hot dogs and good times and shit like that.
What doesn't pair well with hot dogs?
So this is made with Mosaic, Sabro, and Simcoe hops. 5 carbs, 25 calories. It's got a little bit of extra here. Introducing Nada, a groundbreaking non-alcoholic IPA from your friends at Community Beer, combining cutting-edge brewing technology with advanced fermentation and hopping techniques. We strive to create the new version of what an IPA can be. Oh God, that's from TJ. I'm afraid to look. Nada brings you the juicy, why is it juicy?
It's a rooster.
Juicy, refreshing, hop-forward deliciousness of a traditional IPA without the hangover and with no alcohol. 25 calories, 5 carbs, no regrets, no guilt,
regrets.
no God, no nada.
Yeah. This one's definitely hoppy. It's right in front of you.
Dude, I hate getting older. Getting older sucks. Like,
Yeah.
It hurts.
Yeah.
Like it's hurting my head. So anyways, yeah, so how far do you, like, are you the guy that's like, let's just get past the wreck, lay it on the horn, let's go.
I mean, I'm not laying on the horn.
Like, but if they come to a stop in front of you as they're passing a wreck, you don't honk?
I've never had somebody come to a stop in front of me next to a wreck.
I've had it like a couple times.
I've never. If someone stopped in front of me, it's because they had to. Like a police officer is like walking by, stopping traffic, or there's a car in the lane that we're in, right?
Oh,
But
crap. I got a green screen on. Hold on. Let me
you
fix
had the
this.
green screen on last time, too.
I know, right? I thought I turned it off. Virtual background. I have a green screen. Bing, bong, bang.
But you've turned it back on since then. So
Yeah. Oh, no. What did I do?
I don't know. What did you do?
Oh, no. Oh, no.
It's snowing. Oh, so cold.
So cold.
So cold. Ah!
God. How do you turn off
Just
the
leave it
green
alone,
screen?
man. Just leave it alone.
How do you turn it off?
Just let it go, man. Just let it go.
Stupid thing. God, dog.
I don't want to end up back in the North Pole. I'm not dressed for that.
You're
Okay.
not dressed for that kind of
I'm
weather.
not dressed for that.
You're always dressed for that kind of weather.
Just shorts
But
and
no,
a t-shirt.
I've noticed like so. There's always wrecks around it. Like even today, there was like a couple wrecks on the way home. But so I've gotten like going down on the highway and like they've nibbled off the 4 lanes. The only lane that can go straight is the lane I'm coming around the tollway on, and that's the lane 1 to exit ahead. But also the 4 of the lanes are nibbling into our lane. So you do the normal thing, right? Let one go, let one go,
Right.
go.
Zipper.
And the dip S in front of me has been waiting in this. I assume that because they've been waiting in this line forever. They want to see the damn wreck. It's a car up on its side. They get in front of me and come to a complete stop. So this dipshit just halted up hundreds, if not thousands of people just so they can get a glimpse at this car that's overturned. It's dark outside. You can't see shit. You just know there's a car on its side because you can see the bottom of it. And so I'm like, Jesus Christ. And they came to they were crawling already and then came to a stop. Boy, I just laid on the horn. I was like, fuck this. I ain't got nowhere to go. I'm about to start firing rounds out of the car. And so I was like, I couldn't believe it. I was like, dude. And then this morning or this afternoon or something like that. Yeah, this afternoon was coming up. And it was a damn motorcycle that did that. It was like there's a wreck on the opposite side of the highway. And I'm looking around, I'm like, everybody, I mean, that wreck on the other side of the highway clogged up 6 lanes of traffic on my side. There's nothing in front of us. Everyone's just slowing down to look at the wreck. I'm like, I don't give a shit. That car's on fire, flipped upside down, and like there's a circus going on over there. I ain't looking. I just want to go home. Like, I hope everybody, and I was like, man, I hope everybody's all right over there, but I want to go. And I almost rammed the damn bike on accident because I didn't think he was going to lock. And I'm like, are you an idiot or something? Are you frittata? Because you probably shouldn't be on that thing if you are.
Well,
and
idiots can do anything these days.
So do you ever how like if there's a wreck on the opposite side of the highway and you're in the left lane, do you just give it the look as you're going 70? Or do you slow down to investigate and see what's going on?
I'm not typically going 70 because everyone else in front of me is slowed down.
I'm saying,
like even when it's on the other side, right?
That's good.
I'm going whatever speed I'm going.
Okay.
And I might give it like a side eye, or you'll see it more so like especially if it's on the other side, you'll see it as I'm driving up.
Yeah.
I'll see it.
Yeah.
But I'm not slowing down to take a look.
And you don't want to look anyways because in case the jackass in front of you is hitting the brakes, and all of a sudden you're in the ass into that car. So, what if it's on your side? How slow are you going to go?
I mean, if it's on my side, I'm in the lane next to it. I'm
going to stop and take a selfie?
Well,
or
no,
like
I'm definitely slowing down because you got a bunch of people there on the side, and it's
they don't
law wise, right?
They don't even make it like that
right,
now.
But,
They give like 3 lanes, so you're nowhere near the damn accident for the most part.
well, if it's one of those where I'm not near it, I'm going whatever the flow of traffic is, right?
Okay.
I'm
no
not,
slowing down. No. Okay, good.
Yeah.
I didn't know what kind of prick I was dealing with, so thank you. I mean, I assume that you were a level-headed individual and you passed the check.
Yeah.
You passed the test.
So speaking of pricks, I've discovered a new level of prick at the store.
You and your is it Walmart or Target? Wait, it's got to be Walmart. You go to Walmart?
I go both.
No.
Walmart and
Where
Target.
did this prick?
But I've noticed this at Walmart.
Yeah.
You've got the person because, especially at the particular Walmart that I go to, it's more of an issue there because you've got the curbside pickup parking spots designated for you. Did an online order, you park in these spots, you hit the number spot you're in, they come out and they bring your stuff, right? Well, these are close to the front entrance at the Walmart.
Yeah.
Well, they're not all. Like there's another Walmart near me where it's actually on the side of the Walmart.
Oh yeah,
they've got a door built over at the side,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
People aren't. Some of
I'm
them
thinking about all the other stores like Lowe's, Target,
They're
all
right
in
there at the front,
yeah,
right?
Yeah, in the front.
Um,
You got the driveway that you can pull in front of the store, but then it's the first five spots.
yeah.
Yeah.
And at my Walmart, it's like 3 rows actually. It's like 2.5 rows.
Oh, nice.
There towards the front. They've got a lot of spots. They're very busy with online orders and people parking to pick up orders. But I've noticed a lot of people here lately. They'll get there, they'll park in those spots, and then they'll go in and do their shopping.
They'll get out.
And I'm like, or you'll see them like, most of the time when I see it and I notice it, they're coming out of the store with their groceries. They've got it, and it's not like they ran in for like item.
No, they went shopping.
They went shopping. They've got an entire cart full, and they're pushing their entire cart full of groceries out to their car that's right there in that front spot because they had to have a front spot.
Let me ask you a question. What's the level of penalty you think should be dished out to those people?
I think you should get kicked in the nuts.
Okay. I think we need someone there watching.
Or
you've seen the movie Waiting?
tow the car.
Exactly. You've seen the movie Waiting, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Where he's he goes, oh, not on my watch. You know what I mean? They need to have a hawk up there. And if someone parks that car and walks in and does not immediately come back out in like 15 seconds, yeah, you're towed. I mean, just keep the truck on the parking lot. You know what I mean? You don't need to tell them where you're towing it at first, and especially if you got multiple hookups. Just start dragging them to the back.
It's just come on
and tow them somewhere. Something crazy. I mean, it's the inconsiderate. There's no the thing is when do we lose common sense, and will it ever come back? I don't know.
No,
but also common decency,
right?
And just being like, I'm not saying 15 other people are just fired up an online order, but they're coming. But then there's no spot for them to park because your prick ass is inside shopping, which probably took an hour.
Yeah.
An hour. Yeah. So I think if you're parked there over an hour, not only that, but something else needs to be happening.
Yeah. Or Walmart gets a boot. They can throw a boot on your car, right?
We'll drag it out and then boot it.
Yeah, just boot it right there.
No, you got to have the spot, man. We got to get
we're going to boot it.
We're going to get these.
You're going to come out, and it's $100 to get the boot off.
Yeah. No, I'm fine with that. I'm saying drag it out of the parking spot, off to the side or something like that. Maybe keep it out front. Hey, put it. There's a sign right there that says some asshole parked in the blah blah blah, and then you got a boot right there. Yeah,
or the people that
trick it up.
I've seen people. They'll drop someone off to go in the store and get something, and then they park right there at the front of the store by the entrance, waiting for him to come out. Like, don't park. You're backing up traffic.
If
right
there's
there.
if there's some areas there's more space, right? So where you can kind of pull off. There's they've already realized there's an issue with these people, and they're going to do it anyways.
Yeah, but you're also parked in a fire lane.
Exactly. Well, that's a whole other thing. You know what I mean?
It's a fire lane. You're backing up the traffic there. It's you know what?
And those are the ones that when they come out, they'll get in the car, and then they'll want to take off immediately. And there's kids,
bunch of cars
and
already passing them up.
Cars passing them up, all this kind of stuff. They're like, I'm trying to get at it, whatever. It's like, no, prick.
No, bro, that ain't happening
That's when
here.
you just cut in front of them and just you throw your hazards on.
Them and people that like to come down they're in I'll run into a lot when I come here, and I get off the freeway, and the left lane is for the U-turn.
Oh yeah,
and then I'm in the lane next to that, which is the turn lane to go across the overpass, and then you'll have people that come flying down because it backs up right there. It's a lot of people exit there where I exit, and it'll be backed up, and you'll have people that don't want to wait, so they come flying down that lane. They go all the way to the front, and they put on their blinker, and they wait. I'm sorry, I'm not. Some guy tried to get in front of me today. Didn't happen. Buddy.
I fight it the entire time, and because it happens all the friggin' time. Like, dude, just get back there and wait. Just get back. What's the point?
And here's the thing. Hey, maybe you made a mistake and you didn't realize it. Sorry, buddy. Go around.
Yeah.
And you could turn right into the parking. Because my first couple times I came out here, I accidentally got in the wrong lane, and I just, crap. I get to the front. Crap. I follow it around. I turn right into the shopping center over there and go to the light and turn on the road that I need to get on.
Yeah. Yeah, they sit there and block it, and the crazy thing is they'll block it with 10 cars behind them.
Right.
And so I'm the one to instigate the horn. I'm just start honking, and I'm in the lane, chilling, and I'm like, ah! So everybody else starts honking. I'm like, get your car, move your car, and your ass out of this lane.
Get out of the way. And this guy, he was trying to he kept trying to nudge his car in front of mine.
Yeah.
And I'm just he would kind of move a little bit and I would just go up a little bit further. I must have been this close to the car in front of me. I'm not letting you over, buddy. It's not happening.
Yeah.
I'll hit your car. I don't care.
Because what it's going to look like is, oh, you stopped at the last second and just hit me. Be like, I didn't even see this goddamn car. Where did it come from?
Came flying out of nowhere.
Why'd you hit me?
Yeah.
Why'd you hit my car? Why are you in a U-turn lane?
Why'd you pull in front of me?
Why are you in a U-turn lane and going into the other lane? And obviously, you see all these cars, right?
Yeah.
Big message here. What's the show? Does it not show it all? It doesn't show it all on the screen.
Or maybe, oh.
You notice that?
No, yeah, it does. It's all there.
Oh, okay.
That's where it starts. It's he kind of.
Okay.
If you park in a fire lane and I see it, I'm either punching your grandma or keying your car on sight.
Jesus, that's aggressive. I don't even know why I waited that long to hear that.
So aggressive.
Jesus. Take it easy. Take it easy, buddy. Let's knock this one back because I think we only have a couple more things. But yeah, get some more check marks in there. Cheers.
It's pretty good.
That one has
It's very hoppy.
It's hoppy, but it's starting to, I'm starting to pick up that aftertaste from these NA beers, and they're present in these things. They're good examples though of beers that you can have that are crushable.
This one won an award. Did it not? Look at
Oh, they got medals on them. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's got to be this one, right?
The
Yeah,
IPA.
2022 bronze non-alcoholic brew from the Great American Beer Festival. Yeah.
That's a big deal.
Bronze. I would say so.
Yeah.
I mean, out of all the NA beers, and I mean, is that world or is that just U.S.?
Great American.
Yeah, it's American, so it's just
Yeah.
U.S. But I mean, Community's got some good beer. All right, what's that last one we got?
I saved the best for
It's just
last.
pouring out there.
Because I know you're gonna like this.
Ooh, yeah.
Little pills action for you.
I do like that one. That is one of my favorites. All right. Oh, get it on my leg. Why's it dripping on my leg?
I don't know. It's probably just the water from the can.
The NA, the Nada Pills, 5 grams of carbs, 25 calories, crisp, clean, and refreshing. Nada Pills is a crisp, clean, and amazing refreshing. This brew is inspired by authentic German-style pilsners with light body and a crisp, clean finish. The result is super refreshing brew that pushes the boundaries of what non-alcoholic beer can be. And then that's it. I'm not reading the regrets thing again.
No regrets.
Yeah.
Not even one letter. Not even one. So let's talk about hockey for a second.
Okay.
You want to talk a little hockey?
Yeah, I got it.
Little news came out. We have the Utah Hockey Club.
Oh, yeah.
They said they were just keeping that name for 1 year. It was a placeholder for the first year.
Mm-hmm. Jesus, TJ, that's a huge cock.
Huge. Very aggressive, too.
Why does it look? It's so veiny.
So veiny. But and a lot of the talk was they were going to end up being the Utah Yetis.
Yeah.
Yetis is off the table.
Ooh.
They're not going to be the Yetis. They are going to hold a fan vote at a game.
Oh, Bodie McBoface, come on.
But they're being smart. They're only giving them 3 options.
Okay.
The 3 options are the Stick With Hockey Club.
Okay. I'm okay with that.
The Mammoths.
Okay.
And the Wasatchs.
That was a Wasatch.
I think it's like a mountain range out there or something like that.
Give me the hockey club.
I like Hockey Club. Like when Washington was the Washington football team, I loved that. I thought that was great. When I heard, Utah Hockey Club, I was like, I like that. Like having a team like that in the league, I think is cool. I don't mind it.
I typed in what's a Wasatch. I think I put it came back something different. It says a word frequently in the Midlands to describe someone who is a bit dim.
Yeah, it's
Or
probably
an
not. It's WASATCH.
Give me the spelling one more time.
WASATCH.
There we go. It's used in the Ute Indian word that is meaning mountain pass or low pass over the high range.
Okay.
There you go.
Are we allowed to use Indian words? I'm not.
They'll probably ban them
Okay.
for too long. I don't think you can do anything like that. It's so offensive. So,
Although I'm pretty sure I heard the Commanders are going back to their old logo.
well, like I said, common sense has left us, and we're starting to get a little bit more back now because it's like, yeah, no, that logo was an actual chief if I'm not mistaken, the Blackfeet. It was the Blackfeet.
No, Cherokee. I think it was Cherokee because I've heard like the Cherokee Indians have been pretty upset about this whole thing.
It's a chief. What the hell was his name? I can't even think of his name.
I mean, maybe his name was like something like Blackfeet or something like that, or Blackfoot.
You gonna talk? You gonna say something else? You just said something. You know.
I mean, I was just saying you were saying Blackfeet, and I was like, well, maybe that was what his name was, the guy in the picture.
God, what was his name? I don't want the damn history. I want the what's it called?
Wasn't the history going to tell you who he was?
No.
Or who they are?
No.
Okay. I mean, I would think it would. See, folk, common sense.
Proposed by Walter, a former Blackfoot tribal chairman. No. I want to know his name because his name. I remember his name.
Steve.
And it ain't goddamn Steve. I can tell you that.
Steve the Indian.
No, it's not.
He's cousins with Steve the pirate. Do you remember why you wanted to talk about common sense? Have you figured that out yet?
Walter, I'm not reading that.
Just let it go.
The logo was inspired by Blackfeet chief John Two Guns Whitecalf. What else was it? I thought it was something else, but yeah, so it's him. But yeah, no, that's a depiction of an actual dude.
Yeah.
You know, or whatever. It just shows how stupid we were. I was like, oh my God, dude, just why?
Go on.
I couldn't figure out what about. I think it was common sense just about everything in general. Like everything we talked about, like half the stuff we talked about, not minus the NFL part. It's like about common sense, like stuff that you're doing, and it's like people are idiots. Even like driving, right? People are morons, and not only that, but they're like self-absorbed pricks anyway. So they're doing stuff. Like I don't want to wait in line. I'm going to go cut off 50 cars,
right?
But I'm almost going to hit a car just to get over. You know, get out of here. My last question for you tonight. This is my last question to you. You might have more shit on that list. I'm just saying.
Things.
How quick do you check out when a woman starts to cry?
Okay, I had a woman crying here.
Either online or in public.
Immediately.
I think both are crimes anyways.
But I don't know that it's a crime.
It should be. Online or in public, it should be a crime. In the boundary of your home, sure. So you check out immediately.
I'm just done.
Mm-hmm. One, we can't go further unless there's been a tragedy, right? If there's something crazy, but if it's like an argument or something, whatever.
But even then,
I'm over.
But even then, like, say I
don't believe anything you say.
There is a tragedy, or something happened that would elicit such response.
Yeah,
where crying is okay.
Yeah,
it's not just the crying; it's the dramatics behind it.
Oh yeah,
they can't just cry. It's oh Lord Jesus, and they're down on the ground.
Oh, that was great,
and they're crying.
Wow!
What?
That was awesome. Yeah, wow.
I mean, you see it in like movies. You see it depicted in movies all the time,
I didn't
right?
think you had those kind of chops. That's pretty good.
Oh man! But it's oh no! I can't believe this happened. It's the end of the world. It's so and so passed away, which is a tragedy. But it's so and so passed away who's been hospice for the last 3 weeks. Like, okay, we kind of knew that was coming, right? Like, you can be sad, but do we have to put on a?
I don't mind the cry. If we're like, hey, we're at a somber situation,
right?
We're having a little heart to heart, but yeah, you start crying as a way to, because now you're upset because of an argument, or something like that, or whatever.
Howling out.
Yeah, I gotta go. I don't even care. Like half the time I'll start laughing anyway. So.
And like,
the most recent thing that was posted was from Selena Gomez. I think that's her name.
That is a real person. I can.
Is she a musician or an actor or what is
both.
she? She's both. Okay, so now I'm triple out because I don't believe you for a second. I don't believe any paid professional.
She was a Disney kid.
I don't believe any paid professional liar for anything. If you're an actor, I don't believe a goddamn word that ever comes out of your mouth.
Okay.
If you're trying to be emotional at one of these speeches to tell, blah, I don't believe you. I don't believe you for a second.
Okay.
Don't believe you. And then, so that the video for Selena Gomez comes out and she's talking about how her people, which I thought she was American, but apparently she's not. She's talking about other people being rounded up by, was it ICE? Is it ICE or whatever?
She's Hispanic.
And, but she's American, right? So
from Texas. She's from here.
Yeah, Texan. And so she's mentioning children and stuff like that. I'm like, okay, and I couldn't listen to the video. I pretty much had to listen to someone else break it down for me. because I couldn't listen to the crying and shit like that. I was like, what do you, who posts this? Like, but he's like, you want attention, I guess, or something like that. Like, listen, you can have empathy and sympathy and whatnot, but I was like,
using your platform to try to draw attention to something that's
you could have done it without
going on.
the sobbing, because you're not that fucking upset.
I mean, maybe she is.
You're not that upset.
Maybe she is. I don't know.
So I was just like, yeah, I'm out. And so, like, doing it in public, doing it online, it's like that thing that went through TikTok for a while. All these girls, these teenage girls, are sitting there just crying into the camera or whatever. I'm like, I don't understand how this is a thing. This is the most annoying thing on earth.
Right.
Who's watching this? Spoiler alert: it's other teenage girls,
and that's why they're all depressed.
Yeah.
Like, I was listening to Rogan, and he had on some.
Oh, that's the same one. Okay,
Yeah, it's the same comment. Same comment.
I'm like, oh my god!
But he was talking to some lady who written a book about therapy and stuff, and talked about how in certain situations with certain people, therapy isn't the best thing for them.
No,
going and seeing a therapist and constantly talking about your problems and talking about your issues keeps it top of mind.
Yeah,
keeps it there. Some people, yeah, you need to talk about it to work through some things, to work through some feelings, but for everybody who's sad,
if you're talking about it every single
therapy
week,
isn't necessarily always, hey, I'm sad, I need to do therapy. That's not quite how it works. No. But yeah, some people, they're just, I talk about it with you. You're not happy unless you're upset about something. Unless you're angry at somebody. Everything sucks.
Everything does suck.
I saw a meme. It was like Limp Bizkit predicted the future. Everybody sucks and everything is fine. We have, in fact, reached that point in time in life.
Pretty much, yeah.
I can't tell you how many times I quoted that a couple weeks ago after the Lions loss. I was just like,
it sucks. Everybody's fine.
At one point, it was like, "How you doing?" I was like, "Everything sucks and everybody's fine." She's like, "What?" Like, it was either that or it was my Andy, staring out the window. You doing okay? Yeah, I'm fine. Just nothing matters anymore. I don't feel anything, and I'm always tired.
And I'm always tired.
It's just, but yeah, it's just like I've dealt with it a few times. Like, as I remember, I'd written this girl up once, this lady, and I'm like, look, we'd had several conversations about what was going on. Look, this is like the 5th conversation we've had about this. I have no choice but to escalate this. It's now a written. Here's when we've talked about it and all that, and all of a sudden she just starts crying.
Oh God!
And I'm not a person that deals well with that.
No, not
at all.
Mm-hmm.
And then she starts crying and talking about. She's like, "I'm so sorry. I'm just going through." Talking about she's going through a divorce and blah, going through all this stuff, and I'm just like, I'm sorry. If I could just get you to sign right here, like, it sucks, but
Yeah, what do you want me to do about it?
No, and like I had one person that we had let go for attendance, and I'm walking her to HR, and she's like, "Am I going to get fired?" I'm like, "I don't know. HR just wants to talk to you right now, right?" Because that's you have the conversation in there. It's just like, "Hey, HR wants to talk to you." You take them in there, and they're like, "I'm sorry, it wasn't my fault." Blah blah. And for a split second, I kind of felt bad, but then they dropped the line of, "I was stuck in line at Taco Cabana." Come on, what? You're on your last leg, and if you're late one more time, you're gone.
I'm stopping.
But you got to stop. I was stuck in the drive-thru. I just couldn't get out. It took too long. Wow. Why did you go to the drive-thru at Taco Cabana?
Listen, that is a true thing. That's a problem, because once you get in it, they don't let you out.
Well, you can't, because it's. But again, why are you getting in line at Taco? You're like, oh man, I got to be at work in 5 minutes. I got time to stop and get a taco. No, you don't.
I would have went up there and knocked that guy. Can you move, please? Please just move up. I gotta go. I'm gonna get fired.
Yeah, but it's just I've had that happen to me a few times, and I'm not good with it at all. Like when someone's like, I
almost look down at it. I'm just like, whatever, or I'll start giggling, and that's not a great response.
Right, I can't do that because then I'm in HR, right? And that's my goal in life, is to avoid being in HR. Like, every day I don't have to meet with HR is a good day.
I don't want any part of it. Don't care. I just don't care.
It just doesn't work for me. And every once in a while, like the kiddo will start crying or something. I'm like, yeah, I don't.
Yeah, I
It's
don't
not going to
respond to
work.
that.
That's not going to work for me.
You use your words at
Yeah,
that point because
yeah.
I'm not
It's
listening.
this isn't working out. This is you're not going to achieve your desired result by crying. Just so you know, the answer is even more so no now than it was before.
Oh yeah, it's I'm gonna come over the top with something definitely more egregious.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's not happening.
All of a sudden you hear, and his name is John Cena coming off the top rope, and it's just not good.
It's like, well, all right, we gotta get out of here.
Big gulps, huh? Well, see you later.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I got two things to talk to you about.
Okay.
One's a story I forgot to talk to you about a few weeks ago.
All right.
But did you see what they did at the national championship? And they're working on
Football?
For football.
All right.
Yep. And the stadium that they had it at, they're working on making things affordable. They want to make things affordable
Atlanta.
for people.
Down in Atlanta.
Yeah.
This guy doesn't just do it for that. He does it week in and week out for Atlanta, the NFL games.
Right. And they were keeping it going for the national championship.
Mm-hmm.
So you could get a soda for $2.
Yep.
Pretzel for $2, popcorn for $2. You could get a hot dog or fries for $3. Get a beer for $5.
Yep.
And a cheeseburger for $5.
Awesome. Is it Arthur Smith? Who's the owner out there?
Yeah, Arthur Smith. Yeah.
Yeah, he's like, no, they pay enough for tickets and all that kind of stuff, and then we make enough money, type thing. And it's like, I think it's phenomenal. He's taken a page from the Masters.
The Masters hasn't changed their prices in
it's been a while,
50 years.
They did do a slight increase, 20 years ago, 25, but you're talking about 50 cents or something like that, or $1. Nothing like, it's triple now. But yeah, I mean, and that I think is when you think about it, say you're just you're a middle of the road kind of family, a family of 4, and you want to go to a game, you're dropping a couple $100 for each ticket. Unless they suck really bad and you get some standing room only, but you're not going to stand up with, small children or any of that for an entire football game. But it gets really expensive, buying cotton candy, food, drinks, all that kind of stuff. And, we've been out to Jerry's World a handful of times. I've been to the AAC.
$20 beer night.
And it's
excited about that.
It's $20 beer night every single time. I show up and I'm thirsty. It's my own fault. But, we're going to have nachos because we want nachos. We're going to split some nachos. We're going to split a dog. And anything else we got our hands on out there. And it's just like, I just paid $500 for food
easily.
And drink.
Easily.
And it doesn't include the tickets. It includes the parking. You know what I'm saying? It's like everything you think you're going to go to, like, this is for Arlington more than anything, but you think that you're going to like go to a Ranger game or a Cowboys game. And, you can get like a $12 beer at the Ranger game, like a big old can or something, which is fine. But the food is still kind of it's a little bit higher on the high side, but you go into the Cowboy game and it's absolutely asinine how much it costs to eat and just exist out there.
Yeah.
It's a 12 ounce. It's a pint of Miller Lite. Why is it $15 again? Why is it, you know what I'm saying? It's like, Jesus. And I'm like, I already paid for the atmosphere. I got a damn ticket.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm already in the door.
You probably paid more for parking than you did for your ticket.
Yeah, and that's how I roll when I go out there, because I always do like standing room only, where I'll pick a seat up in the rafters. But I usually just hang out in the lower level, and I'll hang out at the bars outside or roam around or whatever. Watch a couple Cowboy fans fight each other real quick.
That will happen.
In the pavilion. But yeah, dude. I mean, what they're doing down there is, I think it's great, and I think some of these other, greedy MFers should follow suit.
So, Oreos. Baltimore Oreos. They have their Birdland menu.
Oh, they do like
they're
menu,
doing
right?
So you get a hot dog, a pretzel or nachos for $4. You could get popcorn for $3.50, peanuts for $2.50. You can get a refillable soda for $4.
Nice.
Water for $4. 12-ounce beers, $5.
There you go. I'm in on that. I think at one point at the Ranger game, it was like they had $6 beers. But I don't think they were 12 ounces. I don't know. And that was years ago too.
Right.
But I'm glad another stadium's kind of stepping up, kind of helping out their fans and people are there. I mean, have the boomstick, right? Have the crazy nachos that's piled high for, $20 or $15, whatever it is. But give me chips and cheese
right.
for $5.
Chips and cheese. And that's what it is.
Yeah. slap some nachos. You going to charge me extra nachos or for the jalapenos? That's fine. I'll pay an extra $1. Put those sons of bitches all over that.
Right. Yeah. It's just, and especially like, I don't understand why we don't see it more in baseball, because you have so many games.
Mm-hmm.
You have 82 games in your stadium every year. And then you would attract more fans if you make the whole experience more affordable.
Yeah.
Right. If I know, like if I go to a Rangers game, I'm going to pay, we'll say I pay $80 for 2 tickets, right? $80 for 2 tickets. I'm going to pay $20 for parking.
That's if you're parking way out there in the middle.
Well, there's actually some places not that far from there. Like the last time I went out there, I paid $20 and it was a block and a half away. Not far.
Was it one of those third party places?
Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't it wasn't their parking.
No.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. It's like, you're parking an M at that point, like the old.
Yeah. Well, no, it was actually, it's over there by that 7-Eleven.
Yeah, it's third party parking
across the street.
Yeah,
It's fenced in and all that. So it's not for the Rangers.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you can find some good deals.
But then I'm going to go inside and we're going to get nachos. We're going to get, I don't know what, but if I go to a baseball game, I always want peanuts.
Mm.
Like it's just, I don't know. It's just something about peanuts in baseball, but I'm going to spend $5-6 on peanuts.
It's just crazy because the bag is like, was it a pound?
It may,
you know what I mean? It's
maybe,
not,
but it's a pound with the shells too.
With
right?
the shells, yeah.
Yeah. So you're not getting that much with it. It's just everything just adds up. And by the time you're done, you want to do something simple like take your kid to a game, but you're going to drop like $200.
Yeah, just cheaping it is $200.
Right. Yeah,
and they, what's crazy about that peanut thing is Liz is like, hey, will you get me a bag of peanuts and we'll go to the restaurant? Yeah, no problem. I go over there, bag of peanuts, $6.
Yeah,
I'm like, okay, and I'm like, well, then what she do? Flip the screen on me.
Yeah, tip.
I'm like, so handing me a bag. And she goes, oh, if the tip, if you put it on there, it goes to the pool. Whatever. Cash goes directly to us. I go, yeah?
I have no reason to tip you.
You handed me a bag. I'm standing right here. You didn't bring it to me. The guy hauling the beers up and down, that son of a bitch is getting a tip.
Right.
That guy's getting a tip. He's out there busting
I'm sitting in my seat.
Exactly.
Convenience.
Not you sitting in a freaking little thing, and all you had to do was, peanuts, and you didn't even reach around. Some other asshole grabbed them and threw them to you. And if it's a personnel thing, we're like, well, we have this, it's expensive because we have so many people. Close half the shops or close half the damn. They all got the same shit.
Well, and something that you don't see anymore that you used to see. You used to see the youth organizations running the concession stands at the games.
Yeah, that's what you used to get at AAC. Like they're there to work off their travel soccer or something like that. Yeah.
And tips went to that.
Yeah.
Right? You got a portion of the concession sales at that booth, and the tips went to that.
Yeah.
And that I was okay with.
Oh, absolutely.
That I'm going to tip. I'm going to help support the kids.
Yeah.
But these are just people that are just working. Like me and the missus went to Five Guys yesterday.
Oh man, how much that run you?
That lasts $40 for 2 burgers and a fry and 2 drinks.
That's kind of low. I've seen horror stories where it's like 60 for 2 people now. You know what I mean?
They
flip the screen on you.
You flip the screen. Yeah. They don't have to flip the screen. The screen's already there.
Oh, okay.
But it says tip. I'm like, what? What am I tipping you for?
It's like going to McDonald's.
Like I haven't seen it at McDonald's. I have not seen it.
I said it's like going to McDonald's. Yeah. You're standing there.
Right.
You're ordering. You go sit down.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And like I've seen some, there's some places you go to where they're like, someone will come around and like they'll take care of your trash for you, right?
Like Whataburger, it does pretty well by going around, and if you got like you got enough condiments, you got this, they're bringing you your food and shit like that. But they didn't even ask for a tip at their thing. I think it just go and go.
That's part of customer service, right? That's part of getting people out of your restaurant too. But like I've also been in those places where I've been at Whataburger before, and they're like, "Hey, can I get your refill on your drink?"
Yeah,
cool. That's called customer service.
They took a bite out of Chick-fil-A. You know what I mean? They're like, shit, that's going to be a part of our...
Chick-fil-A is, yeah.
You know what I mean? But they're not flipping that screen on you.
No.
Because they pay their employees enough or whatever. I don't even know why the hell that stuff is in there for employees. They're not like a server. They're not getting paid $2 an hour to be there.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Like, the tipping, it's just gotten out of control. And it's absurd.
And that's a negative impact. It makes you
me
just
not want to go.
Don't even want to go. Because you know what? I don't want to deal with that shit.
You know what? I'm more than happy to go to Chick-fil-A because I know if I'm going to have a nice experience. It's always my pleasure. They're gonna come around. They'll grab. Hey, can I get that trash for you?
And you don't need
know,
a third
can
window in the drive-through to replace all the shit they got wrong or missing from your bag.
Right.
You know what I mean?
It's okay. What are you drinking? Can I get you a refill? It's just,
Yeah.
it's a good experience. So I'm going to go there.
Yeah.
You know, but
Crazy. I applaud Arthur Smith and the Orioles there just for keeping, cost down, like keeping it cheaper for the consumer, because obviously it works. You don't need to sell $20
and you got a
beers.
team like Baltimore that's actually on the up, right?
Mhm.
They're an up and coming team. They're a young team. They're getting better, and that's
The
typically
Falcons were supposed to be there too this year.
No,
Boy,
yeah.
they shit the bed.
but that's typically when you see a team will start raising the prices on everything.
Mm-hmm.
But no, they're doing the opposite. They're lowering the prices, and they did get some new ownership in there, not last year but the year before. And so this is part of that new ownership group. Just really trying to make a good experience for the fans. Because if you make it a good experience for the fans, you're going to have more fans there. The cheer on your team is going to make your team better.
Yeah, and I'm all for it. Just have a basic menu. You know what I mean? Like basic nachos, basic burger, basic drinks. You know what I mean? Why do you need to charge $10 for Coke?
Well, and I know the Rangers. I don't know if they still have it, but they used to have the all you can eat seats.
Oh, I love those.
And it was like $50 for all you can eat, $50-$60 for all you can eat
And that's
per
like
ticket.
100, but
And
it's still worth it, I think.
And they were good seats though too. They were out there in right field.
Yeah, the porch.
Right up there, home run porch. Just they were awesome seats, and you got all you can eat there for $50. It was a great deal.
That was one of the fun times to be there too, because you had Josh Hamilton hitting dingers and Moreland. They'd smoke one. You had a chance. You're not only getting free, not free, but it's all included food and drinks. But you might catch a damn home run ball.
Exactly.
Better keep that head on a swivel, and you don't have to worry about spilling your nachos, because I'll just go get me some more.
Right? Oh no, I spilled my Coke. Let me go get another one. Right?
Oh, jeez.
But yeah, it's just we need more of that. That's all I'm saying. Let's bring it back.
Big time.
Bring it back. Bring it on back now.
Oh man.
You got anything else?
That's it, man.
You done?
I'm done.
With this? I'm done with this too. This is just, Thank you guys for watching. No, we thank you guys for watching. We appreciate you. One thing we did not mention, if you go onto our Facebook page, we have Super Bowl squares going on.
Yeah. Oh yeah. We didn't talk about that.
So if you want to get in on some squares, we're doing $20. We don't keep a portion of that. All of that money goes to winners.
Yeah.
We pay it all out. We're not keeping like 5-10% or something like that, right? It all goes out. What do we have? 25 total squares because you're buying blocks.
Right.
Right.
We're doing blocks. A block gets you 4 squares. Go to our Facebook page just to see the updated chart. It'll be updated. I expect it to sell out here in a couple days, but if it doesn't, it'll be gone by next week.
It's going to sell out.
I mean, it always does. So, but especially $5 squares. First 3 quarters, I think $100 payout, and then the fourth quarter is a $200 payout. So,
Okay.
$500 pot all goes out to the winners. I remember a couple of years ago, I think it was Coop. Coop won like 2 or 3 because the score never changed.
Yeah,
he had a hell of a run, but
on that you'll get paid out the next day. You might get paid the day of when it happens. Just depends on how many drinks Rapid Davis had at that point in time.
Yeah.
But the more he drinks, the less likely your payout will happen the same day, and it becomes a payout the next day.
Well, I have to like one-eye it. I was like in Vegas that time, and I already had like, I don't know, 55 drinks. And I'm like, cool. And I'm getting like text messages. I'm like, I don't even know what. Come on, man. I'm trying to enjoy
so
myself.
we'll say payout by the next day at the latest.
Yeah.
But yeah. Go and check it out. Again, it's over on our Facebook page, and then also go check out our Patreon. You get in for $3 a month. Help buy us a beer. We recorded a video all about nuts before the show today.
Yeah, we got to knock out some shout out videos because if when you join, we should be doing monthly shout outs to you, maybe a chug or a snorkel or something like that. So something you'll get your own little shout out. And if we got to do more, hey, we'll do more than one a week if we got to. If we got too many people, but yeah, hop in there. Like I said, you're buying us a beer, and we'll show the love right back to you.
Yep,
$3.
There you go. But hey, guys, thank you so much for watching. We appreciate you, and we love you. As always, I'm Alan.
I'm RD.
We'll talk to you later. Deuces.